Hey everyone, what's up? Open World Games here, and I have done the impossible. I have broken into the Strider, and as you can see here, it is so cool. You have your own living space here, and then also you can access expeditions, you can access the Forge, Fort Tarsis, and then just roam around here. It's really neat, and I think this was supposed to act as a way where you can quickly get to your gear, and I think what happened is the launch bay replaced this so that you would actually have a social hub. But this is so cool because it looks like an area where you would possibly be able to like customize it, and it would be cool to see something like that down the road. The idea initially was that we were supposed to get forward operating bases in free play where we can quickly access them through the Striders and change up our gear and, you know, do all sorts of cool stuff. And I still personally would love to see this. Check out that Matrix chair. I almost see Morpheus and Neo fighting over it. But it is so awesome to see, and the detail inside of this interior is most impressive. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see this make its way into the game, or do you think it would interrupt, you know, you heading into the launch bay. But check out the detail. Again, you see all the bullets there, and of course you can activate your Forge, and it did actually work for me. Now you're probably wondering, well, Robbie, how did you access the interior of the Strider like this? Well, very good question. So basically I went to quick play and tried to help out randoms. You know, that's one way you can actually just play the games. Go in quick play, find a random mission, do that real quick. At the end of that mission, it just glitched me into the Strider interior. I was like, what in the world is happening? How have I ended up here? The only way currently you can like kind of open up the interior of a Strider is basically by, you know, doing those free play world events, and this is all you get currently. This is one, you know, of those world events that kind of revolved around a Strider, but I think it would be cool to see more of this in the game where you can actually go in and check out the Strider interior, quickly change up your gear. Now, I know the idea is that BioWare wants you to go back to Fort Tarsis, especially in their first, I think, 20 hours. And the reason for that is to experience the story. That does make sense, so that you would go back, talk to the characters, interact. But once you're done with the story, I think a lot of people just want to be able to quickly remain in the open world area, which is free play. So much so, I was written this by Biglin, I believe it is, who says, yeah, I tend to deal damage with my weapon from the outside, then jump in. We'll give it a go, loving it at the moment. Think they should change the ability to stay in free roam once completing a contract or stronghold. Let me know if you guys agree with that one. You know, if you're not like overly impressed with the weapons you got from a stronghold or maybe a contract, I think it would be a really cool option to just have an option where you can head into free play immediately instead of heading back to Fort Tarsis or heading back to the launch bay or whatever, and just keep going, access your Strider, do that sort of thing, and then once you're, you know, impressed with what you have, then you head back to Fort Tarsis or the launch bay, whatever you want to do. But I can see that they want Fort Tarsis to still be something that you engage with, of course, but I think the way that they're going to have to do that in the future is just have more quests at Fort Tarsis. That's like probably one of the only ways to really get you back to Fort Tarsis, but I really enjoy it. Another way they can get you back to Fort Tarsis, though, is to have like your own apartment, and that's something that I really would love to see, is that sort of customization in the game for sure. Now, also, real quick for you guys, if you did not know, a new patch did release today, and this was posted by Jesse, the community manager, one of the community managers on Anthem. And he goes on to say this: hey freelancers, yesterday we let you know that we were working on some issues and a patch is being prepared to deploy on February 23rd around 7 a.m. CT to address them. Here's a list of the fixes. So I did mention this to you guys beforehand. It says the final boss and the Return of Heart of Rage, Stronghold, and Critical Path mission will now properly appear if a squad of freelancers wide before reaching it. HDR on consoles can now be properly turned on, so go for it. And then it says fixed a number of issues that were causing players to crash. And then it says, we are continuing to investigate additional issues that the community have been reporting and will provide more updates on when they will be fixed. So a lot of people wrote into me and said, hey, Robbie, there's like this 10 gigabyte update. I'm not too sure what it does. That's what it does, I believe. So there is your answer. So they are definitely rolling out the patches for sure, and they keep really updating the game. Now, something else I did want to show you guys, and this is really cool. This was posted by Del Tango. He says, map of only events for free play. So these are what you can take a look at here. And he goes on to say this: hey, fellow freelancers, I marked the events I encountered during my journey of completing the Challenge of Valor, which required 100 events. The map can be found at these links. And this is super helpful if you just want to try to run into these free play events. And right here, as you could see them there, just go ahead and see the description below for a link to that thread if you do want that map. If you're trying to complete objectives related to world events, I think that could be super helpful for you for sure. And there's a lot of ideas that you guys have submitted recently about what you would like to see in free play concerning world events. And lots of great ideas. I've heard so many cool ones, and I plan to go over those soon in a video. But you know what? Anthem is officially out, and I know a lot of you PS4 users have been dying to get your hands on this game. You know, there was a 10-hour trial on Xbox One and PC, and then also for Premier Origin users, they could just play indefinitely and were considered the, early access. But let's take a look at some of the reactions to Anthem as it is finally released. And this is what Michael says right here. He says, I'm having a blast with this game and absolutely excited to see how all of this unfolds. Thank you for sharing this information. No problem. And my previous video today, check it out, by the way, is a more detailed look at this right here, the roadmap for Anthem, especially when it's March through, I think it's March through May. They went to even more detail than what you are seeing here. Check that out. We're going to be getting something called Shaper Surges, and then a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, definitely see that in the description below. But I'm super hyped for the future of Anthem. Still bummed that the Cataclysms are coming in May. Man, I was hoping they would be here by the end of March, dang it. But that's not going to be happening. But still, we're getting strongholds, legendary missions, new mastery system, which sounds very interesting. So check that out in the description below. All right, so next up, Kevin J says, this is the DLC free. Now, this is something that I don't mention in my video, so just assume you guys do know this. Yes, all the post-launch content for Anthem is going to be free. And then finally, Alonzo Harris says this: I'm loving Anthem. Finally have a day to play. I'm hooked. Sweet. And I'm assuming a lot of you guys are coming in on the PS4 here. Next up, the Wolf says, you know what triggers trolls? Liking Anthem. This one made me laugh out loud. It's so true. It's like, you say you like, I swear, if you say you like anything, man, in this day, you better watch out. Someone's going to attack you over. It's just ridiculous. But I do get, hear me out, I do get the complaints. Like, I understand it. But the core gameplay and the world itself is absolutely awesome. I love it. I'm still enjoying it after, like, all of these hours. So I'm so hyped for the future as well. All right, Justin says this: I understand why May is when the Cataclysm comes out. It gives time to get ready for the aspirational content, even if you aren't playing religiously. That's a really good point. I didn't even, really, that didn't cross my mind. But yeah, that's so true. Just seems like everyone burns through this game so quickly when it comes to hardcore players. They'll play for like 48 hours straight. I just don't do that. I make sure I take breaks in between my gaming session. But yeah, everyone is absolutely addicted to Anthem that are currently in it. At least from what I'm seeing. The core community has been great, by the way. Next up, we have Paul who says this: until you get Masterworks and Legendaries, you really aren't seeing the full potential of this game or the build system. On my Colossus, I got a Legendary Siege Artillery called Best Defense. I get a heal for 35% of my armor, even if I miss, and various Masterwork weapons, skills, and components that add cool stuff, like when my shield breaks, it explodes AoE damage, or if I kill a mob, my number 2 ability gets a 60% buff for 6 seconds. And my favorite right now is Voltic Dome. It's a shock coil that freezes enemies it touches and sets them up for a combo damage. I feel like a god in my javelin. This is what powerful feels like, and it's incredibly fun. Yeah, I keep finding more and more reasons to go back to this game, and one of them, of course, is the Masterworks and the legendary weapons. I barely tapped into this system, and I cannot wait to really get into it more and more. My current Masterwork, which I'm addicted to, is my SMG Masterwork pistol, and it's so good. Next up, we have That Horror Show. He says, I played from 5 to 2 Just level 10 though, but damn, this is addicting. Yeah, players just spending their time in this game for sure. Oh yeah, this is the one mission that I wanted to mention to you guys. This is one of my favorite world events right here, because it actually takes you into a cave, which is really, really cool. And it's kind of more an extensive world event, and that's something I personally loved. Like, this is probably one of my favorite world events, and I'd love to see more world events that take you kind of around the map on a journey, especially extraction missions. Alright, so next up, Dragon Mist says this: I honestly don't know why so many people were against the game at the start. Half the experience is how active the devs are, and BioWare is killing it, miles ahead of Destiny and The Division when they first started. Yep, I totally agree with you. The amount of support for this game currently, and how quickly they're fixing stuff, is true passion from BioWare. You can just see it. Experimental says this: I love this game. I got my first 4 Masterworks yesterday. LOL, all my friends hate me. Yeah, I totally hear you on this one. I was playing with my buddy the other day, and I was getting Masterwork after Masterwork. I think I got 2 in free play or something like that. And you could just hear, like, that's cool, because he wasn't getting any, like, really cool drops. He was a lower level, though, so Masterworks weren't available to him just yet, but it was kind of funny. I totally hear what you were saying there. I'm like, don't worry, man. You'll get your Masterworks soon. It's gonna happen. Guys, thank you so much for all the comments and support on the videos. And yes, look out for more news about the future of Anthem, you know, any content updates and anything like that. I will keep you guys in the know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more, and I will see you next time. Take care.